structure of your day acts as a silent blueprint that determines the height of the walls you can build in your lifetime. Most of the actions you perform are not fresh choices, but echoes of a script you wrote years ago to stay safe and hidden. If you want to witness a different reality, you must be willing to sabotage the current flow of your habits with a sense of total urgency. This means looking at your standard routine and identifying the specific points where you trade your greatness for the ease of the known. Real change is an act of rebellion against the person you have been for far too long. A deep need for the familiar often keeps you returning to the same problems and the same people because your brain finds safety in the predictable. Even when a situation causes you pain, the mind chooses it over the unknown because it knows exactly how that specific struggle feels. To escape this trap, you must develop a taste for the new and a willingness to feel lost as you find your way. You are currently repeating a version of life that has already been solved, and it is time to move into a fresh territory. The transition will be difficult, but it is the only way to find your freedom. When you respond to a challenge with the same old frustration, you are feeding the very pattern that is trying to keep you small and quiet. Every time you pause and choose a new action, you are performing a radical operation on your own character and your future name. This space between the trigger and the move is where your true power as a human being lives and where it must be guarded. You must learn to treat every moment as a fresh opportunity to prove that you are no longer a slave to your own history. By changing your internal code, you change the weight of the world you inhabit. The world is designed to keep you moving in a circle because a person who is stuck is much easier to manage and to predict. You are surrounded by voices that want you to stay exactly where you are so they do not have to face their own lack of movement. You must be brave enough to be the one who leaves the crowd and heads toward the mountains where the air is thin and the rewards are high. This choice to go a different way will make people uneasy, but their discomfort is just a sign that you are making progress. Your rise depends on your ability to walk a different path. A life lived in a repeat mode is a life that is slowly being drained of its color and its meaning by the ordinary. You were meant to be a force of nature that evolves with every sun, rather than a record that is stuck in a single groove. Think about the dreams you had before the world told you to be realistic and to follow the path that everyone else was taking. Those dreams are still there, but they are buried under the weight of habits that no longer serve the person you are becoming today. It is time to dig them up and give them life through your action. Refuse to let another year pass where you are simply giving the same excuses for why you have not yet reached the peak of your mission. The time for talking about change is over, and the time for a complete overhaul of your daily existence has arrived with this message right now. You must be ruthless with the activities that steal your focus and the people who drain your energy without giving anything back. Every minute you spend in the old loop is a minute you are stealing from the legendary version of yourself. You are the architect of your own time, and you must build with intent. The stories you tell yourself in the dark are the ones that either build a fortress of resolve or a prison of self-doubt. If you keep talking about your past failures, you will continue to find reasons why you cannot win in the current moment of your life. You must start telling a new story that is focused on your competence and your ability to solve any problem the universe throws at your feet. This shift in how you talk to yourself is the spark that will light the fire of a new identity. You are the author of your destiny, and you can write a better chapter today. True growth requires you to be a stranger to the person you were just a few months ago, because your evolution has been so total. If people still recognize every part of you, it is a sign that you have not yet pushed yourself hard enough to break the mold. You should be constantly reaching for higher levels of skill and deeper layers of focus that separate you from the masses who stay the same. This pursuit of excellence is a lonely road, but it is the only one that leads to a legacy that stands for 1,000 years. You are building something real and permanent. Your potential is a sleeping giant that will only wake up when you force it to face a challenge larger than your old life. You cannot expect to find your true strength in the shallow waters of safety, where the stakes are low and the effort is minimal. You must swim out into the deep end of your own capacity and see what happens when you have no choice but to win or sink. This level of pressure is exactly what you need to break the cycle of being average and step into your power. The win is waiting for you on the other side of your fear. A new reality begins the moment you decide that the old patterns are finished and the work of your future has finally started. This message found you today because you are finally ready to reach your full potential and take what is rightfully yours to command. By choosing to break the loop, you are proving that you have finally taken back your mind and are ready for the peak of your mission. Your potential is not a dream, but a physical fact that is ready to be realized through your labor and your focused will. This is the moment where you take the lead.